As always, don't forget to check the video description down below for the best price on parts and tools I use in today's video. Today, it's a 2002 Lexus RX300. Going to be replacing the radiator, and let's see what's going on. Alright, it's not too bad of a job. This calls for about 2 hours, but a lot of times radiators they'll call for a lot, but it's still not that bad. Got this plastic cover right there. You got 4 little pins. My customers was missing some, but basically you got a little pin like this right here, and there is a little tab in there, and you take a little pick and push it down in. This one's pushed in, so you take your pick, just pop it in, and then take a little guy like this, get behind it, pop it out, and you will have, it'll be sitting on there like that. You'll have one there, those were the missing ones, and then you'll have one on the side right there and one on this side. So you take those out and you'll remove this guy. Next, you got these radiator supports right here. You got one here is a 12mm. Go ahead and take your 12mm out. Then you'll be able to just kind of pull these guys off. We'll set them over here. Whenever you set something on your battery, just make sure you don't connect the positive and negative, because you'll pop a fuse. And now, moving freely. Also, we're gonna have to remove your radiator fan. You're not gonna probably have to pull the radiator fan out, but you are just gonna kind of have to disconnect it, set it off to the side. Then we'll be able to pull this guy up and out of our way. Also, we're gonna take this little clamp right here. You should be able to just do it with your fingers. If I had 2 hands, it'd probably be a little bit easier. And then you should just be able to pull them off. If it doesn't pull off easy, take some channel locks, be gentle. Well, if you're replacing it, I guess it doesn't matter if it breaks, but just go ahead and twist it, break the connection, then pull that off, set your hose off to the side. And then as far as taking this fan off, you're gonna have a 10mm right here. You're gonna have a 10mm right here. And for these two, I was able to take my quick little Milwaukee electric with an extension and a 10. If you use an extension, make sure you don't touch this positive. Again, pop a fuse, a spark might scare you. But take an extension and a 10, come through here, get that one. Same on this side, extension. This little wire was in the way, so just kind of push down on the wire and you'll get that one out. And then this one, there's no way to come in with a socket, so I just took my little gear wrench with a 10, and then I'll be taking that bolt out. And a lot of your fans are just gonna have 2 little pegs on the bottom, and they're just gonna sit in there. You'll pull it up, set it off to the side. I'll find out here in a moment if this one's got bolts on the bottoms, because sometimes they do. And anyways, I'm gonna take that off. Another thing, you probably won't have to disconnect the electrical connector again, because we're just setting it off to the side. Okay, here we are. This is where I'm at with it now. I thought this was gonna be really smooth sailing. It's not really bad, but it's not really smooth sailing. Next thing you're gonna have to do is, thank you Toyota, Lexus, for putting there's 3 tins running across the bottom. So we'll go look at our other radiator, kind of show you where it's at. Alright, so this is kind of how we're looking at it on the car. You're gonna have one there beside the drain plug. You can have one in the middle, and then you're gonna have one over there. That one's not that bad to get to from the bottom under the cover. That one I got to from up top. That one, it's a little bit of a booger to get to. I used a shallow 10 and then my electric ratchet, and it's not too bad. Anyways, then once you've removed those, then the fan will disconnect from the radiator, and then these guys are boogers. Okay, you're gonna want to look at this. And because there's a bunch of lines down there and hose clamps and rubber transmission lines, it's just these 2. So that one you're gonna disconnect, and that one you're gonna disconnect. For this side, I took needle nose pliers. I spun the clamp around till the clamp was on this side, and I came from up top and squeezed and pulled away, and then pulled the hose off. That's how I got that side. This side, I believe I got it from the bottom. I just took a pair of pliers, squeezed, pulled to the side from the bottom. That's how I got that one off. That one from the bottom, took pliers. I think the clamp was sticking down this way. Squeeze, pull off, all the clamp came out. And then the top is really not that bad at all, easy to get to. So you get all that stuff disconnected, and then we're gonna be where I'm at right now. Now, I was hoping we wouldn't have to take this little bar going down out. I was hoping we could just kind of slip it by. That's not gonna happen. So what I did is I picked up on both of these, and you see how high this thing raises up. Then you can come below, and I took my electric ratchet, got behind there, and buzzed that tin out. And that wasn't too bad. If you have a regular ratchet, it's gonna kind of suck a little bit. And then this one, just took my little ratchet, started to loosen it. You'll take that out, and then you'll be able to push this back out of your way. The fan will definitely give you clearance, and then you should be able to just pull the radiator up and out of your way. So I'm gonna try that, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay guys, and this is it. Radiator is coming up out of it. Basically, took a 12mm nut right off of there and right off of there, and you just pull your condenser forward a little bit, and then you'll be pulling your fan away from it, especially around this lower radiator hose connection. And then this will, just be really careful, you don't want to hurt anything, but you will be able to just kind of maneuver up and out of the way. So this was way too hard in my opinion. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it just could have been a lot smoother if it was designed for mechanics to work on it, but it's not, and it never is, but that's okay. That's why you work on it and you get paid, or you just save a lot of money by doing it yourself. So that's it. I'm gonna pull this thing all the way out. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back together. If I run into any more issues, I'll make sure to let you know in the workaround. So if not, thanks for watching. See you next time. All right, I did come across one thing. Again, it came out that way just fine. Towards the end, you know, I made sure it got around the sensor on the left side, and then you're able to pick it up and out, and then kind of lean it forward, or I think lean it back that way, to kind of get the coolant hose connection up and out of the way. Came out fine. Last thing, we got your old radiator, your new radiator. You're gonna want to make sure you take your little sensor off right here. It's a 19, and it's probably like a coolant temperature sensor. And go ahead and just take that guy out. And what I will do, it's got an O-ring. All right, I was gonna put some RTV around this just in case. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm gonna do that. Put some RTV around this little seal here just to make sure it seals up. We don't want any comebacks. So I'll do that. RTV silicone, put it around there. I'll leave a link below in the video description so you can buy some of that on Amazon. And then screw it back in there tight, no leaks. So other than that, make sure sometimes on your new ones, watch, brand new, never even touched it. See how I tightened it up? Just make sure everything's tight. I will even take pliers and just kind of make sure those are tight. And that's it. Just inspect it, make sure there's no damage. You don't want to install a broken new one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And sometimes people ask me, like this right here, you see that little fins are bent. Doesn't matter. That's not damage. That's just, this stuff bends really easy. Air just flows through that. And air will still flow through that, so no big deal. Wouldn't worry about that. I think that's it, guys. So got your cap. Just make sure, sometimes these little guys, they'll come with a bag of these and you have to stick them in yourself. Make sure those are in there. This one came with them in there, so I don't have to do that. But that's it. My customers, this one was rusted and it would not come out of the thing. So if you have any break off or have any problems, I would just try and make sure you get one here, one there, and one on the other side. If it's your personal car and you don't care, I mean, two will hold it in there, no problem. But anyways, yeah, just make sure you get all that stuff back on, and that's about it, guys. If I run into any problems with the install, I'll make sure to throw up a workaround. But thanks for watching. Alright, y'all, one last thing. These little guys right here, they sit right like that. And what I would probably do is go ahead and just make sure they're sitting down where they're supposed to be, and you can set the radiator right into the hole. Also, make sure your potato chip bag is out of the way. But we're gonna go ahead and set this down, and here, boom. So just make sure those are setting there, because a lot of times when you pull it out, it'll be setting like off to the side. Again, I think this is going to be it. I guess we'll find out here in a second. Thanks. Okay guys, that was it. Everything pretty much went back together smoothly. I will say this little bar, that bottom bolt, the only thing that made it really easy for me, I tried to start it with my hand. It was really difficult. So I took the electric ratchet, put the socket in, put the bolt in, went up under there and just went bzzz, and then pulled it together, and it was able to do it that way. You might be able to take a regular ratchet with an extension or something and get it in there, but it was really hard to just do with your fingers. There's a little hole it drops in, you have to use a magnet to pull it out. The magnet, I just kind of stuck it in there and left it in there so when it would fall. But anyways, hopefully that's insightful for the bottom 10 on this bolt for the one down there. So anyways, that is it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.